Cool Hand Luke. Luke Strange, how are you?
Doing great.
Great to have you here on the program here on Checka Pro Radio. Hey, I want to talk to you about surge protection. A lot of us may have a surge protector that we plug into our wall outlet for our computer, television, or other appliance, usually something electronic. But there are these whole house surge protection systems. I don't know if everyone knows about these. Can we talk a little bit about that?
Absolutely.
Okay, so what is it and why is it important?
Okay. That's a simple question. Yeah. The surge protection is going to be surge is basically a spike or a fluctuation in voltage. So this can cause if there's lightning in the area, that's very common. If there's lightning in the area of your power lines,
Mhm.
that lightning will cause the power lines to increase voltage. If there's lightning in the area of your house, that extra voltage in the air will cause your voltage to spike up. Well, you had mentioned off air that you didn't have those much growing up, but we also didn't have as much electronics,
Mm.
right? So the electronics that we have runs off of a very low voltage, and it's way more sensitive to voltage fluctuation. So even your circuit breakers, like the circuit breakers, your smoke detectors and GFCIs, those have electronics inside of them as well.
Yeah.
So it's doing a little more monitoring, and if that voltage spikes up, it'll blow it out. So that's why actually in 2020 they made it a code to have new houses are supposed to have some sort of surge protection at least at the breaker panel, and that monitors the power coming in, and then it's going to it's going to absorb that extra voltage and send it to your grounding system. So really, if you think about it, there's 3 points of surge protection. The first one is going to be a grounding system. Okay, so that extra voltage has to go somewhere. So the panel and all of your equipment has to be grounded properly so that the extra voltage has somewhere to go. Most people, if they have a relatively new house, their grounding is good. That's something to be inspected and checked. Then the second stage would be at the breaker panel where the power is fed throughout the house to the other equipment. We would stop the power spikes right there, send to your ground, nothing is affected. That
Mhm.
would be the stage two. And then the stage three would be like your surge strips, like you're talking about. You plug into the wall and plug your computer or something like that. That's the last part. Or like at the AC unit or the pool equipment, there's surge protection that mounts right there, and it'll grab whatever is left, it'll grab it there and send it to your grounding system. And a lot of the manufacturers on their fine print, they want surge protection within 5 foot of that equipment, just because they know they have very sensitive electronics inside of them. And if there's any power fluctuation, it's very vulnerable. So it helps prevent. In Texas, we have over 2 million cloud to ground lightning strikes each year. So your appliances and your motors and your equipment can glow cherry red on the inside. That's grabbing it right there and stopping it prevents a bunch of your appliances, your equipment, your AC units, all those things from going bad. It's definitely a good thing to have.
You talked about the different lines of defense. Can you have too much surge protection throughout the circuits where it causes a problem, or is it just good to have as many as possible?
It's good to have as many as possible. Obviously, it's got to be installed properly, but it's
Mhm.
good to have as much as possible. You can't have enough surge. I mean, too much surge. You can't have too much surge. It's
Yeah.
yeah.
Luke, when I talk to you, it makes me wanna build a new home. Now, I can retrofit all this into my home. The wiring part, though, and I'm not saying we've got a problem with the old copper wiring. Copper's pretty much been
Good.
been
Beautiful
tested
son.
over time, right? It's not aluminum, it's fine. But even so, let's say I wanted to start over with everything, the new panels with the breakers and the wiring and the outlets that are tamper resistant, and we wanna get a generator, and we wanna get the whole house surge protection. I'll tell you, I sleep a lot better at night with all that.
Mm.
And it's my house wasn't built that long ago, but when it was, it didn't have a lot of that. It's really interesting. It's only 20 some odd years old, but a lot's happened even in the past 5, 10 years, hasn't it?
Absolutely. I mean, if you look at the updates on the iPhone in the past 10 years
Yeah.
or technology. We've just with the internet, more research, we've just found, there's people are just developing technology and they're seeing what works and what doesn't work. And they're adding, hey, this is a lot safer, so let's make this code. So yeah, absolutely. It does seem fast over the past 15, 20 year, or yeah, I would say years, 20 years old. It's a bunch of changes since then. So it's
Yep.
good though. I mean, it's definitely safer. It's going to be able to handle the new equipment. You're not going to be replacing stuff in emergency like currently it could happen. So
Yep, and I would assume that the technology is gonna continue to advance, so, when we talk about this subject in 5, 10, 15 years from now, some of the things we're talking about will probably be pushed aside or obsolete for something better.
yeah, hopefully. I mean, that's the cool part about our, more equipment, more technology comes out, more hassles are being able to be fixed. I mean, that's what's great about technology in general is it solves problems. And yes, new problems are created, but we'll solve those later on as well.
Absolutely. Luke, as always, thank you for joining me today on the program. Much appreciated, buddy.
Thanks, Jim.